We are back on your favorite podcasts, In My Own Experience. I'm joined once again by Patricia, who has a very interesting question.
Actually said you had 4 women while courting, but only one of them stood out the most to you.
I didn't have 4 women. There were 4 women.
There were 4 women.
Yes, there were.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4.
3, 4.
Yes.
But
Who
okay.
Who would all have very happily gotten married to me.
But now this
But
particular one,
I had to choose. The life is mine, so I had to make a choice.
what did you actually see in her? Like, or what are the qualities? Like, in your own experience, what are the qualities men need to look out for in women?
Mm-hmm.
And also, what are the qualities women need to look for in men?
Okay, thank you. The first thing I was looking for is based on what I saw when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I came from a split home where the parents would come together for convenience's sake,
Mm-hmm.
some event, and then they'd part again
Mm-hmm.
and come together and part again.
Mm-hmm.
When we're not in boarding school, they are apart.
Mm-hmm.
When we're at home, they're together. It was
To still maintain a good picture to the children.
It was very fluid,
Mm-hmm.
largely fluid, not entirely.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only talk about that's the place that everybody draws the most from, home, what they see at home.
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized is that every man needs to be respected. And respect is not, it's dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
From where I sit, from my experience. Experience is dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can, from the very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be looking for a woman who's going to show respect to me under all circumstances. Number 2, I wanted a woman who can express herself and tell me where she thinks that I need to change, where I need to improve, what I need to do better, to make our lives more livable.
So, like you had like communication was an unnegotiable in your relationship. It was something that had to happen. This particular person needed to know how to communicate openly with you.
Yes, but with respect.
And
then I was also looking for somebody whose appearance is on point. And boy, did I get that. Kapisa. Because I'll wake up to her every day.
Every single morning.
Yeah. So,
and you don't want to wake up to her.
No, I don't want to wake up to a nightmare. So I needed somebody who's attractive physically. Mm-hmm. I needed somebody who's intelligent, well-educated, well put together. As in, the mannerisms are not, she's not pretending to be good. She is what I see is what I get.
What you see is what you get.
Yes. So, and fortunately, and plus a whole lot of others. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got. So you've asked me a question. Mm-hmm. What should I be so that I'm good enough to a woman?
Yes.
Or so that I'm good I'm ideal for the woman. Mm-hmm. And what should a woman be so that she's ideal to me?
For a man, to you. Mm-hmm.
Would you want that now, or would you want a program on that? A little more time.
We can actually take a little bit more time on that, because the topic is so wide. It can't be narrowed down to like 5 qualities or just 3 qualities. People have different opinions.
But don't forget, I'll be giving it from a man's perspective.
From a man's perspective, yes. True. You mentioned something.
Yes.
You actually said, like, when courting, you are not to be too alone
in private spaces.
In private spaces.
Yes.
And now it sounds it's something mostly like here in church. So it tends to like be a bit spiritual. So I believe it is in terms of sex. So does that mean sex should not happen before the initial, like the marriage itself? And if yes, some are already doing it, should they stop? It should, and it's a bit hard, because once you taste the apple, you want more.
I think sex should not happen, in my own experience.
In your own experience.
Sex should not happen. Because one of the things that will make me want to marry you is mystery. And when I discover who you are to the extent that we are sleeping together, you're no longer mysterious or interesting. You are now fully understood, fully known. But that should happen only when there's an agreement, a comprehensive agreement about us living together, which is what is called marriage. So I think it should not happen. Now, what if it's already happening? You're in a bit of a quandary, a bit of a pickle, but it should stop.
It should stop.
Yes.
So like when you say when we live together, it's like when you say we live together, we are married. So does that mean like marriage should not be like being legally married? That is, it's not just marriage. Like I can decide we are going to live together. That is also marriage. We can do a traditional wedding. That can also be considered as marriage, right?
Come we stay is not marriage. It's come we stay. Traditional marriage is marriage. There's
Is
even
marriage.
an act. There's even an act of government in it for it. So let's qualify these things. Are you talking about come we stay, or are you talking about an actual marriage agreement?
Said come we stay is not a marriage, right?
No, come we stay is just come we stay.
But there is also an agreement. An agreement can actually be in form of writing, or also we agreed to it. Like we agreed we are going to live together.
Yes.
That is still, or it's still a covenant.
So what exactly are you asking?
Like, shouldn't that be considered a marriage itself? Like, is it not too biased to actually not consider come we stay as a marriage? I mean, we've already decided, I've taken you home. You've also taken me home. I know everything about you. I know your family. You know my family. What else then? The only thing remaining is we need to sign some papers. But we've already agreed we are married.
We live in a cultural context. So in our cultural contexts, it's not encouraged. It's actually discouraged. But it's a fact that we have to live with. So we end up living it. But it's I would discourage it. It's not the best kind of arrangement.
Yeah.
And what you are looking for from the word go is something that is close to ideal for your own security and your children's security. And also his. And I'll tell you why. How many divorces are there today? How many of them are initiated by women? If you look at the statistics, it's very worrying. Meaning that it's not always to the advantage of the lady, of the man for a come we stay arrangement. Actually, it is more to the disadvantage of the man for a woman to just come in and decide I'm staying. Because she can also decide the same way that I walked in, I can also walk out. And here in Kikuyu land, the woman can go with the children. What happens then to the man? What became of all his 12 or 15 years? So it's not always, people always look at it from the male perspective, where I'll invite the girl over and she'll come and we'll stay happily ever after until she hadi anichokeshe, until she tires me out. But I want to say something, that it doesn't always work out like that. Now, women have so much more freedom and they're protected by all sorts of laws which didn't exist before.
True. Like everything, as long as it's about a woman, something a law to protect her must always come up.
So what was the next question?
So what are the most like the things like people ignore in relationships? Or I would say like the red flags. People tend to ignore a lot in relationships.
Okay.
And then like marriage is the amplified version. It's like a Bible. King James will say this. The amplified version will have a very long explanation. So whatever happens in a relationship or courtship will now increase to a bigger level during marriage.
Yeah.
What are these things that people should not ignore during this period of courtship?
Yes. One, you should look out to be able to communicate, that you are actually communicating well. The man is giving you time to speak and you are giving him time to answer. And vice versa. Even though sometimes you guys can take a little long to answer because you've got very many words.
True.
The other thing is so on communication. Let me say there are very, very many, and I'm wondering where to start. Give me a little time to think about it and put them all together.
Please do.
In my own experience.
In your own experience.
Yes.
So back to your own experience.
Yes.
How do you perceive like the importance of, how important is faith and spiritual alignment in a relationship or in courtship? How important is it?
It is frighteningly important. Yes. Because when the need arises for a connection with God, you will need alignment. And when there's no alignment, it's really rough. It can get very rough. So the best thing is align yourself with somebody who has faith that is like yours. Say, for example, if it's church, it's the same denomination, because generally the same precepts are taught to the two of you. Yes.
So, like, is that what the Bible refers to, unequally yoked? If
Yes.
we are not spiritually aligned. So what if I'm a Catholic or he's a Catholic?
Yes.
I'm a Protestant.
Yes, you'll come across problems. I can give you that one guarantee. When
What
when the
kind of
rubber hits the road,
problems?
when the rubber meets the road at a future point. Right now you're in the honeymoon stage, everything is very nice. You're in the courtship and you'll go into the honeymoon stage. So the first 5-7 years will be nice. But then one day something will change, and you'll need to connect with God. Are you going to connect with God through Mary, or are you going to connect with God through your way? Whichever way you are. So you will need to. That's when now things become interesting.
So it's even worse if he can't identify. Like, it's even worse when I'm in church, he doesn't go to church. It's even worse.
You know you can be in church and not godly.
Very true.
Me, I'm talking about if you're talking church, I'm talking godly. That's how I understand it.
True.
So if it's advisable that you stick to somebody who is of your denomination, your understanding of God will likely be the same. But you should also do a lot of Bible study together. Why? Because religion is such a core thing. You see, right now there's a war between the US and Iran. I want to explain to you the denominational thing. In Islam, there are two major sects. There's the Shia and the Sunni. The Iranians are one, and the rest of the Arab states are generally another. And even though they share a little, they don't share it all. So what has happened is the Iranian side of it does not see these other ones as good enough. And so they can easily attack them, with the same feeling of hatred as they have for America or for Israel. Because to them, they're not them. They're not the right ones. Now, that's exactly how it is in homes. If a nation can consider religion if nations can consider religion as core to them, why wouldn't you consider religion as important? So it's important for you to consider religion for what it is. It is important.
True.
And therefore, it's also important for you to match your religious beliefs. And when you've agreed on that, you'll have gone a long way towards making your marriage a reality that can happen.
Since we've actually, like, that is very insightful, and I actually believe, like, many people have that issue, like, now what happens next? The church said this, I want this, like, what happened next? So on that topic, like, you just mentioned marriage, you've been mentioning marriage very many times. At what point should these two people who've been courting now start considering marriage, or start now introducing the topic?
If you feel that you are ready for marriage, that's when you accept to open yourself, to put yourself open to courtship. And the intention of courtship is eventually getting a mate who you can live with for the rest of your life. That is the point at which you can say, I'm now ready for marriage. And that's why I was saying, you need to understand yourself. Have I answered your question, by the way?
You have.
Okay.
Like, how long should courtship last?